When I first started learning video editing, I struggled, and it took me a long time before I started making videos that I didn't actually hate. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 key mistakes that cost me thousands of hours and what I would do differently to master video editing if I could start over. You see, when I first started learning video editing, I was overwhelmed by all the things I thought I needed to know. I wanted to learn effects, animations, and graphics. And for a while, I thought I was doing good, but I kept having to go back and rewatch the same tutorials over and over again. And this was really slowing me down. If I could go back, I would start by picking 1 to 3 niches that I'm personally interested in, and then I would decide if I'm going to make short form or long form style content, or even both. Doing this is like turning on a flashlight in a dark forest. The path ahead now becomes more clear. Now, once you picked your content style, you probably think the next step is watching tutorials, right? Well, actually, yes, but without this next step, it doesn't matter what tutorials you watch. You see, when I was 8 years old, my dad started teaching me how to play guitar. And when I first started picking it up, I used to get so mad because my fingers weren't fast or strong enough, and I could barely play any chords. My dad never forced me, but the guitar was always out in the open in our house. And every time that I would walk by, I would pick it up and try to play something that I learned. Eventually, it got to where I was picking up the guitar multiple times a day, and I was able to play and switch chords no problem. My dad was a much better teacher than I guess I am to myself. So what I would do is I would pick a software based off your content type, watch tutorials, and edit as many videos as possible. A minimum of 1 video a week. The more inputs, the more you can apply what you've learned, and it will start to stick in your mind. While practicing editing will get you far, if you truly want to level up and avoid the mistake of having boring videos, this next strategy is the key to making great content. I started this channel back in 2018, and at a certain point, I started noticing that some of my videos were getting more views than others. The problem was that I had no idea how to create content that would perform better. I started reading a book called Steal Like an Artist, and in the book, the author Austin Kleon talks about how creativity is about getting inspiration from other artists and taking that inspiration and creating something of your own. So I started looking at the most successful creators in my niche, and I started to draw inspiration from how they edited their videos. Now, it's not about completely ripping them off. I'm not saying do that. What I'm saying is like take those bits and pieces from the different creators and mash it up and create something that is uniquely yours. I would also start looking at the top creators in other niches to get inspiration as well. Strong editing skills and insights from top creators is great, but it's not enough because this next essential element is what elevates progress. In the beginning, I realized that having skills wasn't enough for me. I needed a way to express those skills with the world, but I didn't know where to begin. I didn't have any clients, and I was still unclear on how to create anything that would resonate with people. I began by making YouTube videos and later Instagram Reels and TikTok videos, but this was a place to express myself, and it was really like my experimental playground. As I continue to create content and look back at my older videos, I know that they're not perfect, but they're stepping stones. And each new video becomes a part of the journey, showcasing my progress as a creator. I recommend starting on social media, and don't worry about perfection. Your first videos are probably going to be bad, but what you're doing is you're creating a living, breathing portfolio that's going to grow with you. Building your portfolio is key, but you'll need to embrace a mindset that keeps you going through the ups and downs. But how do you do that? You see, after a few months, I realized that it wasn't about how fast I improved at editing. It was really about how consistent I was with it. I often got discouraged by low views and negative comments, and it was easy to feel like I wasn't making progress. And that's when the doubt really started to creep in. But I started reaching out to other creators through Facebook groups and Discord communities, and building relationships with them has allowed us to exchange feedback and support each other. You know, it's not just about improving videos, it's about staying connected and focused. I've learned to not focus so much on low views and negative comments because that's all part of the process. So I'd encourage to stay consistent and patient and reach out to other creators, share your experiences, and get each other's feedback. Don't stress so much over the numbers. Instead, focus on learning and growing. The trials that you'll face are essential, and they'll shape you into becoming a stronger creator in the end. So if you're ready to level up your skills and make the most out of Premiere Pro, watch this video next because I'm going to show you everything that you need to know to get started. All right, I'll see you in the next one.